We can design a playground, and in my mind, the children are going to do a certain thing on it, and it's going to challenge them a certain way. And then when you watch the children on it, they do not do anything along the lines of what you think. They do something totally different. That's what brings the real pleasure in designing something, is seeing how the children engage with it and what it makes them think and what makes it fun and challenging for them. And I love that. I think that's really, really important. Our motto is play, learn, grow, and to watch a child play on the equipment and reach a ladder and it's too high and they don't know how to go down it, and to see them thinking about it. And then once they've done it, they think, oh, that wasn't too hard. And then they go and they do it again. They do it easily. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves we're actually doing something that really counts, and it's a rewarding role that we play. We supply all sorts of resources and equipment to early learning sectors and primary schools and councils and everywhere else. We're Australia-wide, we're in New Zealand as well. If you've got a child in early learning, they've probably climbed on some of our playground equipment. The very first product I designed would have been a trestle. There were trestles around at the time, but they were steel, so they were heavy and they'd rust, and so I designed the aluminium range, and it was quite different. There was no aluminium in playground equipment, so we brought that new material to the range, and it sort of set the benchmark that that's what it needs to be as a minimum. Playground equipment has really strict safety standards, and it has to be robust and it has to last, and that's what our equipment does. The range is lightweight, so it's very easy to move, and the fact that it's aluminium means it just lives outdoors. You don't put it away and it just never rusts. To work with aluminium is lovely. It's really nice and clean. When you work with steel, it's black and dirty and horrible. It does present some challenges in the way that you manufacture it. For example, welding aluminium is much more difficult than welding steel. Part of the reason we've been successful with that is because we have a great bunch of people, a great team. They're a really passionate team and they love what they do. And also technology changes that we've invested in the business with our manufacturing capability. Being able to design the product one day and see a prototype the next is the real strength of Australian manufacturing. Our designers are talking to customers all day, every day. We're hearing what they need and what they want, and we can go away and design that product and have something produced for that customer within a very short period of time. And there's not many suppliers that are able to do that. When we say Australian made, we literally do every single aspect. We don't buy in pieces and just bolt it together. We cut it all, we bend it all, fold it, weld it, assemble it. We might need to bend the aluminium a little bit tighter than it ideally would like to be bent. And so we have certain custom tempers that we use through Capral in order to allow us to bend the aluminium to those shapes and profiles. I've been in business for about 15 years. I think essentially the entire time, really, I've been buying my aluminium through Capral. So, yeah, it's been a long relationship. We have to turn our orders around very quickly, and as much as we try, we can't always forecast what we need. The beauty of Capral is that because it's made in Australia, we can always talk to Marianne and say, hey Marianne, we've got some urgent stuff going on, can you get this particular profile to us? And sure enough, a couple of days later, we've got those products here in stock ready to go. For me as a younger kid, I remember going into a shop of some sort, whether it be a tool shop or whatever it might have been, and when you saw the Australian made logo, you associated that with a quality product. And so it's really rewarding to have our name associated with that recognition of quality. Australian made to me as well is supporting Australian people, and to have Capral as a supplier as well, who are also Australian made, just further extends that level of support to Australian communities, Australian families that we already are trying to help with manufacturing in Australia.